Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. So I've got my rank 1 deck to showcase. I just used this deck to climb all the way to the top of the ladder last night as of recording this video, which is an updated version of Pirate Burn. This deck aims to play insanely aggressive, flooding the board with numerous 1 and 2 drops in the early game to get a quick health lead over the opponent. Then it wants to attack relentlessly, while using Zap Sprayfin and Eye of Nagakaboros for draw in order to keep up resources and close out the game by turns 5 through 7. I want to run through my card choices, explain why they're in the deck, and give you the knowledge to pilot the deck yourself. The code for the deck will be in the description below, along with the Mobalytics link. Before I get into the deck profile, if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button to stay up to date with my content. We just hit 10k subs on the channel, so thank you for joining and helping me hit my first major milestone. I also stream on Twitch often, so check me out over there if you're looking for live gameplay of someone who's hit high master tier every season, peaking rank 1. With that, I hope you enjoy this deck profile. So, getting right into it, we'll take a look at the curve as usual. It is very, very aggressive. We have a couple 5 and 6 cost cards, which are just Eye of Nagakaboros for a draw, and of course our 6 mana Decimate. Rest in peace, Decimate, you hate to see it. But this deck still functions even with Decimate at 6. It turns out it didn't really matter, and also this deck never really needed Riptide Sermon. That card has been excluded from this list, so this is a slightly updated version from the last one. Alright, so let's take a look at the numbers specifically. So of course we have all of the aggressive 1-drops that we can possibly run. The Jagged Butcher, who is a conditional 3-3 sometimes if you get Plunder. This can be super interesting, by the way. So if you do like Legion Saboteur on defense 1, and you're fighting regions that have 2 damage removal, like let's say Piltover and Zon with the new Seraphine being added in and everyone's playing 2 damage spells everywhere, you can actually open attack on turn 2 and then play double Jagged Butcher for 2 3/3s, right? And that makes him a little bit stickier, a little bit harder to deal with, and I think that play actually comes up quite often now and is really, really strong going into your future attack turns. Next we have a Legion Rearguard, really good on attack 1 of course. You love to open multiple of him as well, same with the Butcher. Saboteur, really good, aggressive, can proc the skill to get your Plunder proc and other stuff like that, and also if she lives then she does more damage over the course of the game, so she's pretty scary, usually a must remove unit. Then we have Precious Pet. Precious Pet is actually really, really good. So a lot of decks don't run fearsome blockers on turn 1, so Precious Pet can sneak in some damage, where there's a lot of decks that open like a 1/1 like Omen Hawk or like Otterpuss, or even like 2/1s, right? Like the Dusk Petal Dust Generator. Precious Pet is allowed to be played into those matchups and also get the 2 damage on 1, whereas the other units would be blocked. So Precious Pet can actually come in clutch as long as you have the matchup experience and know when to use him. Next I run the 2 Demolitionist and 2 Grenadier package. I really like them at 2 each because you don't want to see them a lot of the time. Usually Demolitionist is more of a finisher, so she can come up later on in the game, so that's why I want to run her at 2. She's not actually a real 2-drop, you never play her on 2, unless your hand is kind of clunky and you need to do Rearguard on 1 or Butcher on 1 into Demo on 2, in which case you're not really in the best position, so that's why I don't want to run her at 3 of, just a nice little 2 of finisher. 2 Grenadier is nice because he's a fearsome blocker in case you fight some fearsome stuff. He's aggressively statted, promises you 1 damage, can also be used in conjunction with Noxian Fervor to deal 4 damage to the enemy Nexus, which is sometimes a surprise for them. Just a Decimate for 3 mana on top of the Grenadier. Love that. Next we have the triple Make It Rain. Yes, I still run Make It Rain at a 3 of. I think this card's really good in the meta. Can fight and ping off like enemy 1 HP units that are like aggressive. So like let's say you're fighting Jhin Annie or you're fighting the Pirate Mirror. Make It Rain's really good because it can double up as removal and it also has face damage built in as long as there's 3 targets. Can help whittle things down, especially things that are trying to block you, and then you can finish them off to give your board some more room to develop and then attack. So yeah, it's just pretty good, pretty flexible. You can use it in conjunction with Decimate to find extra damage, use it with Fervor, stuff like that. Pretty good. Next we have Triple Mirai Warden. Now this card is an absolute bombshell. I think this might be one of the best 2-drops, if not the best 2-drop in the game, just because you get a random 1-cost follower, and if you hit Krusty Codger, then you are really, really happy, which is a 1 mana 2/4 that doesn't deal damage to himself, so yeah, you just get a 2/4. So she can get some really crazy high rolls. There's only a few like meh or bad rolls, otherwise pretty good. Like 80 to 90% of the time you're going to be happy with what Mariah Warden hits, and sometimes it can be game winning outright, so there's no reason to not run her. Also, it's 2 cards for the price of 1, so really annoying for opponents using linear removal like Mystic Shots and Thermal Beams, because they might have to spend a card from their hand to deal with a card that you generate for free. Makes you go up in resources, which is really scary for them because they cannot go behind. If the opposing deck goes behind at all versus this one, it is going to run away with the game, and you're going to feel really, really good about it and just close out turns 5 through 7 super easy. It's like a snowball effect. This deck is really, really, really strong from ahead, and it gets ahead very, very easily. So yeah, it's really scary. Next we have Triple Misfortune, our first champion. This is basically Crackshot Corsair on crack. 3 mana 3/3, of course, and then also has the 1 damage to all battling enemies and the enemy nexus built in. Super good, super aggressive. You love to play her right on attack 3. If the opponent doesn't have an out, then she gets a lot of pressure in. Next we have Fervor to help close out the game. Twisted Fate, our other champion, who has a bunch of flexibility. Blue card for draw, which is really, really good if you're looking for some ways to close out the game. Red card to deal 1 damage. This is good in aggro mirror matchups. You can use this as a board clear. You can use this as a way to finish off some low HP targets in the same way that you would use Make It Rain. And then gold card is really good aggressive or defensive stun. Let's say something of yours got vulnerable. Gold card, stun. Let's say the opponent only has 1 blocker, like they're playing Pantheon and they only have their Saga Seeker, they're ramping them up. Gold card, stun, no problem. Now we can beat over it and just get a bunch of free damage in. So yeah, Twisted Fate, super flexible, super strong. His champion spell's also insane because this helps you get some more resources, some more burn, so that you can close out the game more consistently. That's the scary thing about this burn deck, is that it is equipped with a ton of draw and a lot of consistency, so that you can cycle through the cards and deal your 20 damage to the enemy, like easy. It's like one of the easiest ways to get through your deck for an aggro deck, which is really, really scary, because aggro historically, the main thing that has been a hindrance for it is that it only plays the top 10 cards of the deck and doesn't have draw. Well, this one has like infinite draw and even a targeted cycle through Zap Sprayfin, which we'll talk about next. When I'm summoned, draw a spell that costs 3 or less. Now this is only Fervor and Make It Rain, so you're guaranteed one of these, and they're both really good in a bunch of different game states, and it's also elusive, so the opponent has to deal with it pretty much immediately. So yeah, pretty spooky there. I have Nagakaboros, the most broken card in the deck. 5 mana burst speed, spawn 2, so you get a 2/2 tentacle, and you also draw 2. So if you're just curving, right, and let's say you're attacking on odds, you attack with a 1-drop on 1, set up Mariah Warden on 2, then you play Misfortune on attack 3. That's a huge pressure. You have 4 units on board if nothing has been dealt with, and then you go to defense 4. You can play Twisted Fate Gold, Twisted Fate Red, and then open attack with I have Nagakaboros on 5, and you just kind of win the game, right? You just absolutely power curve over your opponent and kill them by 5. It's really, really scary. Next we have Triple Decimate to round out the list. Of course, just the finisher. Even though it got nerfed to 6 mana, it's still really, really important to run, because sometimes it's easy to get the opponent down to 4 HP, but you can't quite finish them off, so you need that Decimate. Sometimes you need multiple Decimates, depending on how much healing your opponent has. So yeah, we still have to run it, even though it's nerfed. Just have to hold the L, and it still wins games. And that about wraps it up for the deck profile. Now here's some live commentary games so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. Alright, for game 1 we have a Norra deck. Norra Evelyn. Pretty interesting combo, but we did get our super aggressive opener. So for the most part, when you're attacking on evens, you want to go for triple 1-drops. However, since we kind of curve, I'm down to just keep this current hand. And then hopefully we do draw our 3rd 1-drop by turn 2. That way we have a perfect curved hand here. Go ahead and lead with our rear guard probably.
Where's my axe?
Yep. This gives us a pretty nice open attack depending on our hand. Ooh. Yep. 2nd rear guard easy. Now this is going to make them want to respond, so maybe they don't even play like Pokey Stick or anything, right? Now we can play Saboteur. She's safe from Pokey. This is why we play her last. We do rear guard, and then Saboteur. Because we don't want her to get Pokey Stick for free, right? Go ahead and do this. Now we get in max damage. This should block a 3/2. It can also block Saboteur, but yeah, they're already going to be very far behind in a region combo that doesn't have heals. Hopefully no portal on top 1. and then it's a lifesteal unit or something like that. It'd be kind of crazy. Okay, no portal. We'll show top deck to make it rain, or not make it rain, Misfortune. She'll become make it rain though, which is pretty good for us. This is probably a Husk on 3, right? Since they're playing Evelyn, they want to do Husk on 3, Evelyn on 4. That's what I would assume, so I would do Misfortune in the red card. See, there's the Pokey Stick. Yep. Misfortune.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
Let's see if we get that Salter. It has to be, right? There it is. Yep. Cool, it's not a Tough or a Spell Shield Husk. That way we can actually kill it with our red card, so Evelyn doesn't even come down here. Oh. That's fine. That's actually the best time for Portal to proc.
Pretty good. Quit smoking.
Because it's a 1 HP unit that we can clear, so that's good for us. Yeah, Evelyn cannot even do anything here. Eight Spike. Okay. It's gonna resolve backwards, so I still kill the Husk.
Who says I don't share?
Yeah. That's fine. -1 Haste Spike. Another Salter.
Guns blazing.
Tough day, friend. I know that look.
Okay, Bolt Salter's gone. This is probably just going to be Evelyn on 5 with Overwhelm. That's not really a super big deal. I would just let her hit face. We're going to develop past her and then open attack on 6. They kept the Salter though. That's going to be a little bit of a blocker for us. Ooh, Mirai Warden's also good. I feel like it's Zap Saboteur though.
I was hoping you'd stop by. She's been missing you.
Does she? Maybe I'll satisfy her cravings. See what's beneath while I see what's inside.
So we could also do Make It Rain, Warden, Saboteur. Nothing innately wrong with that either. We lose our second Misfortune, but I don't think I need her. Nice, we hit face and we hit the Husk. Yeah, then we'll do Warden, Saboteur into open. Yep.
Oh, I've never met anyone like you.
Cool. This can't attack.
I love it when they scream.
1/3 can't attack. So it's just Evelyn. And then we Saboteur. Then we full open, then we can play Zep Spray Thin, have enough mana for a Fervor. Or the Make It Rain, whichever one it draws. We'll try to find lethal.
That was hot.
Regen Husk, okay.
Behind ya. Time to die.
1/3/1/1.
Take a load off.
1/3/2/1. Interesting choice. Wants to kill the Saboteur so she doesn't get another attack off later. That's fine too. Blocks most damage as well. So they're down an Evelyn, 1 Pokey, 1 Haste Spike.
Shut up and scream.
Oh, you can't go down to 3. No way. Another Haste Spike?
Hesitation's a tell.
The only reason to leave MF up would be Haste Spike number 2. Maybe Evelyn's spell. Could be onto Evelyn. Yep, there it is.
We're playing by my rules.
6 HP. That's pretty killable. Make it rain.
Go with the flow.
Or not make it rain, Zep Spray Fin. We got Fervor. Play this.
There's plenty of killing left.
So if we find Decimate or second Fervor, we have lethal. completely fine. As long as I'm not dying this turn, we're winning.
And suddenly geography means nothing.
Tough. Alright.
No one's the wiser.
Well, she doesn't have quick attack, so I can still block with the Butcher. Three cards in hand. I'm pretty sure we have this. Draw one. Okay. Ooh. Random 2/4.
I'm armed. Am I armed?
Snow buries all.
Okay. I do believe we could do this.
What's that you got there?
Puts this at a 5/1. I take less damage. I don't really think my Butcher needs to have 3 HP, so this is fine. It's not like I'm playing into Withering Wail or anything like that.
This will be a fine story.
We're up 2 attackers.
That was hot.
Misfortune. And we're not up like any attackers. I do believe I have to squeak out any little bit of damage I can, so we can play the Misfortune here.
Favors the bold.
Misfortune plus Saboteur plus Zap Hitting plus Fervor puts us in a pretty good spot.
Come on. That all you got?
Another Evelyn. Wow. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just throw that in the face. Triple Evelyn. Sheesh.
You're almost there.
And we'll just swing with this and this. Now we are threatening lethal. 3 cards in hand. I mean, we should be fine as long as Zap doesn't die.
Stop that.
Nice, got him.
Damn it.
A little slow because they had a lot of removal.
It was in the car.
Alright, for game 2 we got Lurk. Now this should favor us as long as we just go wide. Lurk has a pretty hard time dealing with that, so we'll go ahead and pitch the Fervor, keep our 1-drops. I like Precious Pet and Rearguard on attack 1. They're both very good. I think Rearguard's the best into Lurk because their only 1-drops are a 1/1, a 1/2, but they could also be playing the Bakai guy, which is a 2/1. I think I'm going to take the risk and play the Rearguard for 1 potential extra damage in case they're not running Bakai. If they're running Bakai guy, then oh well.
I'll do better this time.
Cool. No 1-drop at all. That's interesting. Saboteur.
I have my orders.
Swarm. That's fine. Saboteur.
No one's the wiser.
And GG. Alright, for the next game, we got Timelines. This can go either way, depending on how much removal they open, and depending on how strong we open. We're going to pitch the Decimate, keep 2 of our 1-drops. When we're attacking on evens, we want to have triple 1-drops. So hopefully we get 1 more in the next 2 draws. That'd be pretty awesome. There it is. Very good, very good. Precious Pet's fine. Might eat a Thermo Beam, we'll see. Play second one. That's really annoying. Yeah, because if they're on Financier, then my Precious Pets get to attack. And then we'll play Butcher as a 3/3.
Shut up when I can.
Yeah, because he can't even do anything about this. He would just block my Butcher if I played Butcher. So I'd rather play him as a 3/3 this turn.
Ye started without me.
Yep, then we have Misfortune on defense 3. We have open attack with Make It Rain. Ooh, another Butcher though. If they play another Financier, we'll do Make It Rain into Butcher, and then we should just win the game outright, to be honest. We'll see though. That'd be like really doomed for them. Oh, please get one with no HP. Only attack. Come on, no HP, no HP.
Hey, I've done more with less.
Let's go. Make it rain. If they have Troll Chant, then they have Troll Chant. Ah, GG. I think this is instantly game over for them. Butcher.
There's plenty of killing left.
3, 6, 8, 10. Yep. Holy, we are just flying through these opponents. Alright, the last two games were pretty quick, so I want to leave you on another banger. Hopefully a bit of a longer one, but it looks like I am fighting Jhin Annie. So this is a very, very strong deck as well. This is a spicy one. This is a really fun matchup. We don't have Riptide Sermon anymore to deal with Jhin right away, so it should be a little bit more them favored. So let's go ahead and do Precious Pet, Rearguard, Warden. We'll pitch the Grenadier and the Precious Pet. I actually want to keep Rearguard and Warden in this matchup. Rearguard pushes as much damage as we can without them ever like blocking him. Because for the most part, this matchup is a race.
I never miss.
Oh, just a 1-1? Cool.
Reporting in.
That's not that bad.
I've got us covered.
That's like the weakest one drop they could possibly play. It's not Annie, it's not their own Rearguard, so that is good for us. Play Tough Deck Warden.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Good, we got Bakai Reaper. That's really strong.
Tibbers, it's playtime.
We always want to attack with Bakai Reaper on the far right, because if you slay any units during combat, he gets extra attack. Although they're probably just not going to block. Could be a full take 6 angle. And then we have to deal with stuns.
Where's my axe?
We go wide really easily, but they have stuns as well, which is really frustrating sometimes. We don't have any removal either.
I can do this.
Warden.
Oh, I've never met anyone like you.
Force Chief's good.
I'll do better this time.
This way.
Force Chief is really good, actually. We can go ahead and do like that.
Clearance, pal.
I take 6, then I have 3-2, 2-1, 2-2, 2-1. Oof. Alright. This is what we'll do.
Time to go.
Keep it up.
A little bit extra mana for
I
us.
have my orders.
Then we'll full swing. We have 6 damage in hand. That unit can't block. So yeah, I think this should be good for us. Because if we just full open, they don't block, they lose. If they do block, they lose. They have 2 cards in hand, and we have a lot more damage. And also the initiative on this turn. So 3-2, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Again, Bakai Reaper on the far right. He's also fearsome. So this just puts us in a winning position outright. And in case something weird happens, I mean, we have Demo, Fervor, follow-up this turn.
It wasn't me.
Yep.
Gotcha in my sights.
Okay, block. We'll get the Bakai Reaper damage though. Let's go. Okay. It would have been pretty cool to do Fervor, Rearguard into
War
face.
Mason.
That's fine.
For the glory of Noxus.
Go ahead and do the demo on this guy.
Remember the objectives.
2 cards in hand. And pass. Another Warden, holy. Sun Hawk. Comes that, sure. Misfortune.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Ah, it's a Doom Beast. Okay. I didn't have to play Misfortune then.
I want to play a game of hide and burn.
I think this turn it would have been fine to just hold 6 mana and do like double Fervor. I'm just scared if they run something weird like Blade's Edge. This is completely fine. We can just full block this. I don't think we die.
Blast 'em.
Don't mind me.
Oh, are you ready, Tibbers?
Okay, you can have this.
Your path
You
ends
can have
here.
like this.
My life or theirs.
Do here
Don't get ahead of
and here.
yourself.
We're living with 1 HP. Yo, the 1 HP wonder. Holy. I don't think they're running Blade's Edge. If they run Blade's Edge, then hey, they got me, right? But what we could do is Fervor. Oh, I can't do that. This will be gone.
Currents
Fervor like
give
this.
me
There you go. Then I live with 4. This also works. Like, I don't need double fervor for lethal against Jhin Annie. I'm just gonna play Warden then open.
Your time.
Yep. If it's last card Decimate, then we also just straight up win. Like, there's a couple different lines of play I could do here. Like, double fervor was definitely like a lethal, but I kind of like this too.
Strike at their foundations.
For their hubris.
Hey, that homie can't block. Let's go. So there you have it. The deck is very fast, very consistent, and very scary. I highly recommend building it if you like aggro. It's still in a very, very strong state. I climbed from Diamond all the way up to rank 1 Master with 70% win rate over 50 games. So the stats speak for itself. This deck is very good. And that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe if you thought this video was informative or entertaining. It really helps me out. I'll be releasing more deck profiles, guides, and gameplay highlights in the near future. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!